Hello fellow Leggers, thank you for joining us on, guess what, another theatre trip. We are at the Mill in Sonning.
Anyone would think that's what we did.
It's what we do, that's what this channel is about.
But we're here to see a stage version of what is considered to be a masterpiece, one of the greatest musical theatre films of all time, now on stage here at the Mill at Sonning.
And that is
Singing in the Rain.
So stick around to hear all of our thoughts.
Find out how many stars.
Whether it's break a leg
Or leg it.
I'm really excited because a key thing about here is it's a dining experience. We get food as well.
We do. It's the only dinner theatre in the UK which provides a 2-course meal as part of the ticket price. So you go in, you have a lovely meal, and then last time the food was brilliant, right?
I really enjoyed the food last
Christmas menu this time because this is their Christmas musical, and then you go in and enjoy the show.
Exciting stuff.
It is.
Really
do you know what I'm really ashamed about?
What's that?
I've never seen Singing in the Rain. I've never even seen the film, and it's considered a Hollywood masterpiece, one of the greatest movie musicals of all time, and I've never even seen it.
I don't think I have either. I think I've seen all of the key sequences
ashamed.
Because they're shown on every 100 greatest moments of musicals or the best movie. Do you know what I mean? So we've all seen the iconic scenes. Singing in the Rain being recreated.
That sort of Gene Kelly and Debbie Reynolds, that dynamic trio that were in that film, which went on to become legends, like not just the musical theatre showbiz people, just but legends because of that part. It was critically a success at the time, but it's gone on to just like massive cult, unbelievable status. But it wasn't converted to a stage musical until 1983 when Tommy Steele played the lead part at the London Palladium.
Yes, in London.
Ran for around 2 years.
It did. Okay.
But since then it's gone on to have productions worldwide, including on Broadway. Tiny theatre at the Mill, and ambitiously they're pumping 1,000 litres of water onto the stage each night to recreate that iconic Singing in the Rain, because all of the musical numbers that you know and love are here, including that one. Also, Good Morning, Good Morning.
Okay, good stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing it as well, from start to finish. I know what it's about, the kind of idea of the introduction of movies being talkies and suddenly introducing voice. I know that's in there, and it's a bit funny, love triangles kind of going on from what I know.
We'll be telling you what we think of the piece and all of the fantastic creative team here at the Mill at Sonning at the end. It's around 2.5 hours, including intervals, so stick around for a 30-second interval breakdown.
And to the end, hear our thoughts and find out how many stars. Fellow Leggers, we've come to the interval, which means it's time for the break, Leggers. 30-second interval breakdown. Go, what do you think so far?
I'm absolutely having the time of my life. It's so simple in its plot, but it's beautifully executed. The songs just pop. The performances are stunning. Philip Bertioli in the role of Dom is a sensation.
Okay, I feel as if there's so much more to be said than can be said in 15 seconds, other than I'm loving it. Right from the word go, the bar was set very high. It's pretty faultless, fellow Leggers, in its performances, in its energy. It's fellow Leggers, we've come to the end of Singing in the Rain at the Mill in Sonning. We've had our meal. What a beautiful meal it was.
It was all of the luxuries you'd expect from a Christmas dinner. So you've got your traditional turkey, your pigs in blankets, you've got beautiful roasted new potatoes, veg galore, but also there's loads of different options. So you could have pie, you can have fish, you can even have a lentil stew.
I'm not a big fan of any kind of carvery. I don't know what it is. I almost feel as if it's British heritage that you should love a carvery, but I don't. However, I love the food here at the Mill.
Because it is carvery style.
It is carvery style, but it's so good and so nice and so tasty. Anyway, so we had all that.
It's not just churned out, it's there to be enjoyed.
Absolutely, and it's part of the package. And then we go into a show full of food. At the end of the day, it's an 8:15 start as well, so it's not an early start.
No.
And then we go and Sing in the Rain.
There's the potential, because the seats here are also really comfortable.
They're the most comfortable
seats. There's
the
potential to feel you need a post-meal nap. But you know what? With Singing in the Rain, ain't got no time for that because it is
goodness.
a thriller minute. It's beautiful, it's engaging, it's exciting, it's romantic. It's sort of what I would worry about this is because it's a legacy musical. I always think they're a little bit saccharine, you know, a little bit too sickly sweet. But I just got swept up, so caught up in the emotion of this. And I think that even though the plot is so simple, the complexities of the characters, each of them are so individual, and all of the numbers are given such room to shine.
I don't think I've had such a good experience in an intimate theatre since the Rink at the Southwark Playhouse.
Wow.
And the Rink was up there,
yeah.
And this for me is up there. I think I've felt into a bit of a kind of stereotypical opinion that because this is out of town, because this is a small venue, and they're putting
like
on...
an unfair opinion you've got.
Definitely. Singing in the Rain,
yeah.
An intimate venue, putting on Singing in the Rain,
this
ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, like what the standard's
They're
gonna be
try,
like. But
it's gonna be pleasant.
This belongs in any smaller West End house. But
this
like, you know,
blew me away.
But I would, I worry that if it went cross-arch in this production, it might lose something. I loved the intimacy.
I don't
of
know.
it.
No, it was yes, absolutely. But the performances that were being given were that would rival Drury Lane, the Palladium. It was sold big and sold out. Not to the point where it was too much. When we saw Fiddler and the Meunier Chocolate Factory, I felt that was too much. But this piece suited it, and it drove the narrative, drove the piece. I was on board. The story, I don't know if I'm a big fan. The story didn't necessarily blow me away. As you say, it's a nice, sweet story, nice, sweet elements.
It's not. We're not gunning for layers here. It's not a dogfight. It's not an emotional punch in the gut. But what it is.
But the production. I think it's all about the production.
It to a completely different level.
The cast. Just what they did was phenomenal.
Absolutely.
So that's where we're starting.
Do you know what? I want to mention, let's talk a little bit more about production here, because I think what it has in, you mentioned the Rink there, and I think there was a good link to make, because it has the ambition of what the Rink had, is take a small venue with, not a massive West End budget, I imagine, yet it doesn't make any excuses, it doesn't cut corners, and a lot of the power of this piece was in Ashley Nottingham's choreography, in the same way that Fabian Alois did the Rink, and didn't hold back. I felt that Ashley's not held back either. Break a Legger's nomination, Best Choreographer.
Boom! Best Choreography,
right
there we go, yes.
Ashley Nottingham, choreographer.
He's absolutely correct. He's asking a lot of his company. He doesn't pull back. No. They're fluid and they're driven. They're motivated. They're committed. But I would push it further. It's twofold. It's not just the choreography, because it wasn't just during the movement and the musical numbers. It was also during the scenes. The actors understood the narrative of the scenes. The movement of the performers on the stage during the scenes drove the narrative. So I must also say the director. The direction is from.
Direction Joseph Pitcher.
I thought was absolutely perfectly pitched.
Good.
Pitch it perfectly. Break a Legger nomination for Best Musical Direction.
Best Director of Musical.
Absolutely.
Well done, Joseph.
Fantastic.
Singing in the Rain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fab.
Production-wise, it was brilliant.
Yes, and the rain is there, guys, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. And you know what? They have a lot of fun with it, and I think that's what makes it. They know they're in a show in an intimate venue. They know you're going to end up moist, and they're not afraid to make you moist.
Now they've got, I think I counted about 21 shower heads.
Yeah.
Each of those shower heads, I think, are stronger than the shower at home.
Yeah, power.
They're stronger than the power showers. We've got a weak shower. So, and when they're there, starting off with umbrellas, then they're pulling off the umbrellas. The performers are getting drenched. They're getting soaked, but they're so committed to the movement and having such fun with it. Here, the auditorium at the Mill, as we said, is intimate. It goes back only 6 rows, heavily staggered, so there's a steep rake. The views are fantastic from anywhere, but it means that you're right on top of the action, and they were having real fun with getting the whole audience wet, swinging around the umbrellas. We were having fun kicking water into the audience. It was brilliant. I loved that moment, because that could be a bit of a cop-out.
Yeah.
Singing in the Rain, and you could have a bit of a There was no, it was rain, it was torrential, and I thought that was fantastic.
Fab.
Production was great.
What I like about this, I think there are some movie musicals where I can't imagine what putting it on stage would add to it. Sound of Music, sorry. I just don't know what you get from putting it on stage. But because this is a musical in a musical, you know, like it's sort of 42nd Street, it works and lends itself so well to a live performance because it's being filmed. It's like a musical in a musical. It's meta. It's meta before meta knew what it was.
You took the words from my mouth. It's meta because it's commenting on the Hollywood movies and the projection, the sequences that they use.
And also like the fakery of it all, do you know what I mean? Like it's almost like the modern day airbrushing of a photo and what they did in Hollywood back then where they weren't afraid to dub on someone beautiful that, you know, wanted to be on screen, but perhaps they weren't the best singer. Do you know what? Make it up as you go along. And you know they brought
dubbing. It introduces the word of dubbing.
A modern twist to it as well, which I really
a modern
really
twist
like.
come the beginning and the end. I thought it was a really good direction. Again, the creativity.
If you see it, you know.
Really
anyway, let's move on to some cast.
Well, I wanted to say really good projection, really good pre-filmed sequences. So whoever it was they got in to do the editing of those sequences, I thought were fantastic. Really good stuff.
I'm trying to find out for you. Projection director Tapio Snellman.
And even Brian Blessed.
Yeah, Brian Blessed
had a little cameo.
Guys. I mean, he directed the last piece we saw here and had a cameo in that. I just think at the mill he puts himself in everything. He's like, is there something for me, darling? Is there something for me? Something for me?
Let's push on forward with some of the cast.
The
whole cast was fantastic.
The whole cast
I think I counted about 12, 14.
Yeah, which is a lot for such a small venue. But some real standouts here.
Okay,
but Sammy Kelly as Lina Lamont.
Really grew on me. She was fantastic.
Thought she was so committed and believable.
A brilliant actress, looked fantastic, totally committed.
Yeah, and it was her acting that sold it. I mean, she's an ex-Miss Honey at the Cambridge Theatre, Matilda. Because the strength of her acting is phenomenal. Loved her. Also mentioned Brendan Cole as Cosmo Brown, the sort of comic sidekick almost to Don Lockwood character.
And if we're talking about choreography, his iconic number "Make Them Laugh" was beautifully staged with everybody tapping in and tapping out. Absolutely, it was the pace that made that number.
Wonderful.
Really well performed.
Rebecca Jane Davis as Kathy Selden.
Your
leading lady, the Debbie Reynolds
loved her. I think she's going to go on to great things.
Well, I mean, she's done West End already.
Rebecca is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, and everything and grounded in everything she did. Sounded fantastic.
She's got some great credits. She did Half a Sixpence in the West End, Legally Blonde at Leicester Curve. She even did the Water Babies at Leicester Curve.
Break a Legger's nomination.
We
can
Rebecca
forgive
Jane,
Water Babies. It's all about what you do now.
Rebecca Jane Davis as Kathy Selden.
Break a Legger's nomination. Absolutely fantastic work.
And
loved it.
I think we also need to mention Philip Bertioli as Don Lockwood.
Do we need to mention him?
Do you know what?
Boy, do we need to mention him.
That guy has stolen my heart. He has wowed me and thrilled me like I have not been wowed or thrilled by some of the biggest leading actors in the West End have left me a lot colder than he left me tonight. He set me on fire. He is an absolute triple threat, beautiful as well. He's like a cross between Aaron Tevitt and Jonathan Groff.
He is.
He's just lovely. And he's
Beautiful
such a
voice,
great mover. I could watch that guy dance all day.
Un, deux, trois, 1, 2, 3, triple threat.
Break a Legger's nomination.
Break a Legger's nomination.
The actor in a musical for Philip Bertioli as Don Lockwood here at Singin' in the Rain. Do you know what? Best musical of the year, Break a Legger's nomination.
Do you know what? Why not?
Singin' in the Rain at the Mill at Sonnet. If you only do one thing this Christmas, perhaps panto isn't your bag, get yourself down to the mill, bring the whole family. Your nan will love this. Your 5-year-old son will love this. Sit in the front row and have an experience. Get wet, guys, get wet.
Get wet. Hashtag get wet.
Let's wrap it up.
I think, well, that's all I could do. Okay, let's wrap it up. I guess you're probably wondering how many stars we're going to give Singin' in the Rain, which is currently playing here at the Mill in Sonny.
We are going to give 5 full bang. Do you know what, guys?
It was undoubted. From 5 minutes in, it didn't let up.
I was
pitched the bar, and it just
you said
kept
at the
on
interval,
going. Push.
You could have standing ovationed at the interval, right? But I was like, hold back because it could go downhill in Act 2, and it never lets up. It is brilliant from start to finish.
And I feel bad for, you know, kind of what I said earlier about those thoughts I was having, that thinking this is some out of town doing some big show, it's not going to be great, it's going to be attempt. I feel so bad.
You
Boy, was I
knobhead.
wrong. I own it. Hashtag
Good.
you knobhead. Megan Nathan knobhead. I don't know, but it's so good. Genuinely, I absolutely loved this.
And I can understand now why it is so legendary. The lyrics are clever, the lyrics are witty, and the lyrics are engaging.
It was
original.
good. For me, it's about the production, and the production was solid.
But I can understand why people fell in love with Singing in the Rain. I really can, because I love it now and I want to see the film. Let's watch it Christmas Day.
Well,
Day.
are we having such a good time because we haven't seen the film?
We don't know it. Is this going to undo it all for me? What do you know? Let us down below. How great is the film? Have you ever seen it on stage? How do they compare? We'd love to hear from you. We're the Breaker Leggers.
And we'll catch you again soon.
Subscribe.
Bye.